Today we shall be talking about the Provident Fund. As you can very well visualize from this picture that there is a small piggy bank, you keep on adding money to it, and then when it turns out to be a bigger amount, you just open it and use this money. Something similar is the meaning of the word Provident Fund. Why was it started? It was started to encourage social security of the employees and to develop the savings habit of the employees. See, when an employee is working either in a government department or in a public enterprise, he is getting his salary every month. With this salary, he is able to meet all his expenses. But once he gets retired, the situation becomes just the averse. The salary stops coming. So it's very difficult to manage the rest of the life. This is the purpose and aim of the Provident Fund, so that when the employee gets retired, he should have adequate funds. He should have a bigger amount of funds so that he can lead the rest of his life in a comfortable manner and a good life. He should have some financial support when he gets retired because he knows that his salary is going to finish. No more salary now. It is a government managed retired savings scheme. The most important benefit is that the government is involved. You must have seen so many schemes coming up, by X, Y, Z. But if the government is involved, you have this strong faith that nothing wrong is going to happen with you and your money is safe. So it's a retired savings scheme so that when you reach the age of retirement, you will have money in your hand and the government is involved. The confidence and trust of government is in this Provident Fund. So when a person retires, he may have enough money. He wants to have money to start good investment opportunities. Maybe upon retirement, you want to set up your own business. For that, you need funds, you need capital, and this Provident Fund is a solution to all those problems. It's a one-time inflow of money which you can manage if you want to change your home, you want to set up a new business, or you want money for the education of your children, or medical emergency, or you want to invest in mutual funds, or you want to buy real estate, whatever. So this money, you will have a bigger chunk of money in your hand, and this is the biggest advantage of a Provident Fund. Now, in this Provident Fund, the employer, where you are working, your employer will be contributing 12% of your salary, and every month you will also be contributing 12% of your salary. So the employer contributes as well as the employee contributes every month. Interest accrues on both these deposits. It is not given to you, it is not given to the employee, but it is get accumulated in the account. When the employee retires, the employee will get his contribution, the employee will get the employer's contribution, and he will also get the interest accrued on both these deposits. So this comes out to be a bigger chunk of money. He can get this payment at some special occasions also, but generally it is given to him at the time of retirement. And in case the employee dies, his legal heirs, it may be his wife or children, they will get the full payment of the Provident Fund. Provident funds are of four types: the statutory Provident Fund, recognized Provident Fund, unrecognized Provident Fund, and the public Provident Fund. Let us discuss them. The first one comes out to be SPF, Statutory Provident Fund. It is the oldest type of fund in India. It was started in 25 with the Provident Fund Act of 1925. The view was to promote savings amongst the government employees. If the savings are to become a habit of the government employee so that they help him in the future on retirement. This fund is totally managed by the government. The private companies, they also have an option to use statutory Provident Fund. I repeat, all the government departments and the government run organizations, they are using statutory Provident Fund. But if you are a private enterprise, you have the open option to use statutory Provident Fund. If you use this option of statutory Provident Fund, still that SPF also is managed with the government. So it is totally government run. Now, the private companies, just as I told you, have an option to use SPF. If they don't use SPF, another option is they can manage their own fund. This fund is maintained by industrial undertakings, business houses and banks. So if they are managing their own fund rather than using SPF, they have to get this fund approved by the Commissioner of Income Tax. Commissioner will approve the fund, but he will be going through the rules and regulations prescribed for the same. If the fund is approved, it is called Recognized Provident Fund, RPF. Okay. And if the same fund is not approved by the commissioner, it will be called Unrecognized Provident Fund. Now, this URPF will be managed by the private enterprise, so it can have its own rules and regulations which may vary from company to company. Next is the Public Provident Fund, also called PPF. See, the first three types of funds discussed, they were for the salaried people. So, what about the small businessmen? What about the people who want to have Provident Fund but they are not salaried? For them, a new fund was started in the year 1968 in the month of July, which was called the Public Provident Fund. It is meant for the self-employed people and the small businessmen. They may be doctors, architects, lawyers, accountants, actors, anybody, right? And they can easily deposit the amount each month. The minimum amount in this case is 500 and the maximum is 1,50,000 deposit per month. Okay, so these were the four types of funds which we discussed. Here we come to the end of the article. I hope I have made the things very clear to you. In case you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed.